you start over here.
Yep. So when the mouse would be under here, right down here, you can, yeah, here we go, we'll use that. Your elbow is at 90 degrees, your wrists are neutral, and you can just rest. Most of them can just screw right into the desk. They roll in, they roll out, you don't hit it with your knees or your thighs, you have plenty of room.
This is very comfortable, actually.
Yeah. So you don't get that shoulder strain. The mouse types, they have the mouse with the rolling on the top. They also have the mouse with the side click on the side. It depends on what you want to make you more comfortable. These, I think everybody has here. They're fine as long as you look at the mechanics of your shoulder, everything else will be okay. So ideally, again, just to review, you want the pad in front, the keyboard, which we can't get right now, but I'll move you over so that you're sitting right in front of it.
Yep.
You want everything straight forward in front of you.
And not angled.
Yeah, so you technically should be a little higher, but
yeah.
And watch the glare. Diane has a window, so I think that's why she has everything angled. But watch the glare on your keyboard and your monitor, because that'll affect how your vision is as well.
Correct.
Okay.
You can get a glare.
Anti-glare.
Yeah, you can get anti-glare. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also the phone. While we're sitting here, so we're talking about the computer, and you have a phone that you have to use. Most people have it on their non-dominant side, just because it's easier to use their dominant hand and the phone on their non-dominant hand. If you're on the phone a lot, you want to look at getting a component of it that can rest on your shoulder, or you can get the headless part where you just push the button and it's already on your head. That way you eliminate the angle of your neck, so you're not doing any lateral bending side to side. But that's it for the keyboard for these setups.
Okay.
We're going to show you the setup of a laptop. Most of us are on laptops that are out in the field. Depending on where you do your paperwork, if you're sitting on the couch, you're sitting at a table, you're in your car, I'm going to show you the ideal way of doing it if you were to sit at a table. There's other ways. I'll give information to provide you guys so that if you sit on a couch, you have different techniques to do it as well. But for ease here, we're going to show you how to do the setup within on a table. So you have the gel pads that go with your normal computers at home. You can rest your hands on there so that you're not hitting the edge here. Most people find it a little more comfortable on their forearms to do it that way.
It is very comfortable.
You also can get a wireless mouse that just literally Bluetooths into your computer, so you don't have to use this mouse right here. And you can just go back and forth. Again, like we said before with a normal desk, you want your rules of the 90s. You want your hips at 90, your knees at 90, your ankles comfortable. If you find that it's more comfortable, you can put something underneath your feet to bring your ankles up just a little bit. But when you're using the keyboard, you want to make sure that your posture doesn't roll forward and the top of your shoulders, causing you to have to do all that stretching. When you're doing the keyboards, when you're doing your paperwork, you want to make sure that you're always taking breaks to stretch to work on your posture. But when you're doing the keyboard for all your paperwork, make sure the lighting's good as well. There's a few different things you can do. You can always bring it up just a little bit. If you're sitting on something at home, you can always angle it up like this, just so that your hands rest more naturally. If you're sitting on a couch, you can put one of the gel pads or what are they? Slide boards?
Yes.
Underneath it?
Yeah.
But ideally, you would want to sit at the table and do it. So with a wireless mouse would make it much easier as well. Okay.
The whole time, so okay.
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so we have the nursing bag, the rolling bag, which you guys have. It has the component up here that you can put down so you can carry it like a standard bag over your shoulder. When you're carrying your bags, you want to make sure that you can alternate between sides so that one side's not getting all the strain. You have this bag, and then I'm sure you already have your computer with you as well, which will be this. So what I recommend is whatever one has a longer loop, you put that one on first with the gel pad facing down. And then you have your next, which you would want, for me, I'd want this longer to go over. So when you're walking, you want to make sure that your core is nice and strong and you're taking nice steps. But everything should be over your hip, not to the side, because it's not going to pull you one way or the other. You kind of want it to the back over your hip when you're walking, so that it's kind of encouraging you to go forward, but not pushing you too much. If you have it all the way over your back, it's going to be too much strain on the front of your shoulder, opening it up, causing you to get an impingement. With the wheeling bag, I check to see to make sure, because of clean surfaces. When you're in a home and you're bringing the bag in, if you use it on the wheels, ideally you guys want to kind of keep it in front of you when you're walking. If you're going over an area that's difficult to get over a lip, you can go right over the lip like this, and then turn it in front when you come back out. So that way you're not pulling behind you. If you're pulling behind you, you're opening up your shoulder again, and you can get an impingement. When you're in the house and you have to get into your bag, consider your setup. If you have a table nearby, try to get everything out. Get your clean sterile field, whatever you need to take out, so that when you're looking at your bag and you're having to open it and put your stuff out, it's in front of you. You want to eliminate bending from a standing position so you don't get your back strained. Make sure you use good body mechanics when lifting, when putting it back on, and then try to make sure, like I said, switching shoulders. Any questions about your bag mechanics, you guys can take a picture. You can send them to me and I can go over it. If you're at a computer station at work or at home and you want to ask me questions about it, take a picture and send it to me. My cell phone's in the directory for the office, and you can text it to me or you can email me through the office. Any questions, let us know. Thanks.